What's up? What's up? What's up? It's the MKP. It's the MKP. Why game in the building? It's the MKP. We got a Lee in the building. Mr. Make It Happen. It's the MKP.
Hey y'all.
It's the MKP. All day long.
Hey y'all.
It's the MKP.
Hey y'all.
It's the MKP. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Ketchup Podcast, episode 66, with your host, Lofton, aka Mr. Hayes Adonis. And I got my co-host, The Perspective, aka All Around the World and We got a Lee in the building. What's up?
Hey y'all.
Yo, it's been wild out here. You know, once again, hey, we keeping the party rolling. Last week, Aaliyah couldn't be with us. You know, she was handling some stuff. This week, we got Roz is out doing whatever he doing, flying around the world doing things. So, you know, Lofton and Aaliyah had to hold it down. We had to keep it going. Had to make sure that all the people out there was gonna get some mint ketchup. You know what I'm saying, for they Sunday meal today. You know what I'm saying? So. So Aaliyah, talk to me. How has your week been?
Week has been weekend. I swear to God, I'm telling you these. I pretty much it was good. I spent time with the family. Had my little cousin's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. First time I've been there in probably about 35, 36 years. When I tell you, everything hurt from my motherfucking neck down with them shots. Goddamn, run back and forth, trying to serve cake, pizza, wings. Dirty fingers and see it.
Ain't they supposed to do that? Ain't Chuck E. Cheese? They ain't help out at all.
Baby, I'm in Philly. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm in Philly. Not even a sub in Philly. So
they said Chuck E. Cheese don't give a damn in Philly, huh?
Man, when I tell you I had to walk to that car and get in that trunk, fix my little gin tonic about twice. I'm like, I'm good to go now. I'm tired. Y'all figure it out from here on out. No, we had a good time. Kids had a good time. You know, a lot of candy, a lot of, you know, just pure joy. You know what I mean? It's something about kids going haywire that excites me. It's just have fun, baby. Enjoy your youth. Woo!
Yeah, that's the biz right there. They still got skeet ball up in there.
There was a game area.
You ain't gonna get no skeet ball.
There was a game area. Right. There were more kids over there than it was on our side, and I just stayed on our side. You know what I mean?
You stayed in your lane. I got you.
That's my lane. My job was to help clean up the paper plates. You know, they had all their little. What is the little ticket things and the coins?
Yeah, I get those tickets.
Damn place. Somebody's party had like a like them poppers where you know you make.
Yeah, little confetti joints.
They pop one more fucking thing over cake. I'm gonna tip the cake, but they had. I mean, but the kids had a good time. When I tell you, it wasn't full. It wasn't packed. There might have been maybe 3 or 4 parties the entire time we were there. So that's how many people, you know, in a place completely. Right. So I'm like, this was good. It was a smaller location. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff as far as I could see. So, you know, it was easier for, you know, my little cousin turned 3. So it was easier for the little kids to be there. I mean, all they do was ride on those little rides where, you know, you put the quarter in that be outside the machine and they just jump up and down and make the noise. I was like, all right, y'all good. Paul Patrol building for somebody else party. It was a good time. It was a good time. But I was ready.
Yeah, I feel you. That's always good. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have fun with family and stuff. I got to do the same thing. Went down to the Naples area. And when it kicked it with my daughter, you know, so we went to hung out with her for a little bit. And Nelly Belly down there living the adult life down in Naples, kicking it, you know. So it was a nice day, nice little drive. So they're about 2 hours from us. So we went down there for Saturday and hung out with them, ate some food and chilled. They got like 2 dogs. So they got one that's a youngin', you know what I mean? He be wilding out. Yeah, he be he be wilding, man. And then we got Dolly, which Dolly was with us, for a while until she took Chanel took her down there. And Dolly old, man. That's the old lady, man. She be she she walk around like an old lady, man. Like she walk around like an old, 70-year-old auntie, man. Just be like, I know you like be looking at him like, hey, you need to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
You get your dog.
you all aggressive? You know what I'm saying? You usually sit your ass down a little bit. Yeah, so that's what Dolly looked like. That's constantly on her face the entire time. Is that you need to sit your ass down? Like,
Poor-
yeah, so it was good to spend time with her and have a good time. So that was good. So just been the week with events that are taking place all over the world, a little more higher stress type situation, but life is good and everything's going. Praying for all those involved.
Amen.
And that everything come out all good and well. And
Yes.
with that, you know what I'm saying, we gonna keep it on push because once again, if you had a good day, a bad day, a great week, a bad week, you always may need a little drink of the day. It's always good to have a drink of the day. You know what I'm saying? Drink of the day. We ain't had no video this week. You know what I'm saying? I was slacking, man. I was doing housework. Vacuum out here, doing some laundry. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So I had some things to do. So I just kept it simple. Brought out the old, as you can see, there's a little bit left. I got the Wolf of Reserve. I'm about to go ahead and top that off real quick. You know what I'm saying? And make that happen. So, Aaliyah, what you got for us?
Same. I got my usual today. I got a gin and tonic, but I got it in my little fancy drinking cup. Thing to stay cold about 24 hours straight. So here, I'm good for the rest of the night. I need to cook dinner, prep for the rest of the week. So I got some chopping of vegetables and marinating of the meats to do and things of that nature. So I'll get in there and do that after the podcast's over. I'll be drunk before, before I walk to Taco Bell, because clearly I'm not cooking tonight. So,
hey, I mean, at least you prepping. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get back on my fitness game. So, Saturday, I jumped on the spin bike for like 30 minutes, man. I be feeling that. That joint was, I'm getting old. I'm getting up there. You know what I'm saying? Then today, I jumped on the heavy bag a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Did like 6 rounds on that joint. You know what I mean?
Man, I tell you what, healthy this weekend. I ain't gonna. I added a little lemon to my drink, so technically I had some.
Hey, look at that! You got that fruit. That was your daily.
Look, that's my daily dose of vitamin C. I got
there
some.
You go.
It's just I don't know. Every time, because I'm like, there was one point in time where I'm working out 2 times a day. I'm in shit, and then I was just like, so what? It's like, there's men out here who like fat girls. I mean, big girls, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it. Now, I will say, I mean, I do stuff to maintain my health. You know what I mean? I make sure I at least try to get some steps in throughout the day. And if I could, I'll take the steps as opposed to an elevator. Outside of that, no. But I walked in the gym today, and I'm so proud of me. And that's only because I thought it was the mailroom. At least I know it is.
Positive accidents. You know what I'm saying? Like, there you go. It happens sometimes. So to each his own, you got to make sure that you're doing what you got to do. Everybody out there, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Be healthy. You ain't got to come out and be a bodybuilder or a decathlete or a marathon runner, but get out there, be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself, take care of your body. And with that, we got our drinks of the day. You know what I'm saying? A little gin and tonic, a little you know what I'm saying, little Coke and some bourbon and whatnot. What we got going on. So now we're gonna keep it moving. We got the news of the week, and there's been some interesting things that's been going on this week. We're not gonna touch the worldwide situation. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna let others deal with that. But what happened last week? They had the active shooter in Maine, which was kind of interesting. That was kind of crazy. My man was out there doing some wild stuff. And it looked like, based on some of the things that were going on, he had it was a slew of victims. My man went into like a bowling alley where people were having a good time. End up leaving 18 dead and 13 wounded. I saw some of the interviews, and the gunman that ended up shooting up everywhere was actually like his family was a well-known family in that area, owned a lot of land, was like really known. It looked like they talked about how a few weeks previous he was they were talking about he had some mental instabilities
Yeah.
and had a little issue, but they never ended up like taking him to the hospital or anything like that. So it was quite an interesting deal. End up going on a manhunt for I think it was like 72 hours. He was out and about, and they ended up finding him dead. He ended up killing himself
Yeah.
in that aspect. So was there anything that you I know you're a little closer, not necessarily right around the corner, but it's more up in the Northeast type situation, man. Like anything that y'all heard about while all that stuff was going on?
I did hear about it. I obviously saw it come across my news feed and stuff. Probably because probably because the shit I be looking at on Instagram is questionable at this point. But I saw that, and this is one of those things for me hit close to home.
Mm-hmm.
You have someone who, for all accounts, saying, "I don't feel good. I don't feel right. I reached out." For someone to reach out and tell you they are having a problem
Mm-hmm.
and they need help,
Yeah.
and you brush them off, oh, it'll be fine, this is any other. How many active shooters in the past, I'm just going to say 5 years. We're not even going to say 10. We're going to say 5 years. How many active shooters in the past 5 years have reached out to somebody before it got to that point?
Yeah.
They didn't just walk into work today to say, I'm shooting this bitch up.
Right.
Didn't happen. This one was more meaningful, I guess, if you will.
Right.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
He's a vet. He's
Yeah.
telling you something wrong. He's telling you he need help. He reached out to all the fucking proper authorities. Y'all brush him off. To know that place, to have been in that place, to understand what that place feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he went off the rails. I don't know why he chose to shoot up the bowling alley. I don't know where that played in the grand scheme of his thinking, but a person who is suffering from mental illness, that's not something you can just have a direct answer for. But please take people seriously when they say they need help.
Yeah.
Please take people serious when they come to you and they don't know what to do. It's not always going to be a straight line conversation. I'll say it like
Right.
that. And I need people to be patient with those who are having a hard time understanding what's happening to them, so they can articulate it to you. They
Right.
just know that something is wrong.
Mhm.
That being said, I still don't get how time after time after time after time active shooter profile all look. I mean, it's like a
Yeah.
lot of them they look alike.
Yeah.
But it's just like, not to say that it doesn't happen to Black folks, not to say that it
I
doesn't happen.
mean, we had the last one. What was the last one out in San Francisco?
Only
I mean, that was the one
D-
out.
shooter, the
Yeah.
DC,
Do you at DC? The one out in San Francisco? They were what, Chinese Americans?
Asian.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
So that's what I'm saying. It's not that it cannot happen to people
yeah.
of color. It's just that I feel like that they focus so much on saying it's a one. Like when it comes to them, it's a one. It's a one-off. It's a one-off. When 98% of
Yeah.
the population is the same demographic, whereas with us, oh, them motherfuckers are just savages. They do it all the time. It's
Yeah.
that's part of their. No, it's not just a part of life. It's not just the way of life. It
Right.
is, for whatever reason, somebody felt the level of desperation that the only thing that they could come up with as to relieving that stress, relieving that pressure, or to just, as they say, quieten their demons, was to act out. I
Right.
don't understand why people act out against others, but I don't know. I ain't got that kind of crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But
That's
it's like, it's just, please don't be dismissive of people who letting you know that they have a problem.
yeah.
Understand that all problems they don't look the same through different lenses.
Mhm.
Um, Something that might be a big problem to me might be small potatoes to you.
Right.
I'm Don't dismiss that as being, you be all right. It'll be
Right.
fine. You'll get through it. Oh, you just need to go drinking. You need a night out with your girlfriends. You need to. Don't tell
Right.
people that shit when they coming to you saying they got a problem.
Mhm.
I'm
I
gonna
would
give
say
you.
the biggest thing, knowing, still being attached to the military, and
Yeah,
this is like constant training that we receive annually.
yeah,
Dealing with suicide as well as sexual assault
yeah,
and things of that nature, and being able to be a little more sensitive to those things, being able to understand when people are trying to give you hints. It's usually one of those situations, like most of the examples and things that we are given is trying to pull those things out of people. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If you see somebody's personality change, you see something different about them, and then you go to them and you're trying to pull that information out. In his case, he was trying to give the information, and that makes it feel even worse that he was trying to give the information to people, meaning that that person was understanding, that they needed help, and it wasn't given or taken seriously. I know,
yeah,
like you said, a lot of the people in there, not necessarily in there, but a lot of people, his family, his name was Robert Carr, that his family was well known in the area and things of that nature. And it may have been just like, with his family, just going, hey, why are you feeling things bad? Like, you're a vet, and our family's doing well, and what I'm saying? Like, why would you have these difficulties? What I'm saying? And things of that nature. So it's unfortunate. Just make sure, just like Aaliyah said, just make sure that you're paying attention to people. Listen first before you make a statement. Make sure that you can see, how important the situation is to that person, and
yeah,
then just be able to, hey, guide them. And maybe if you may, just like Aaliyah said, maybe it's something that's small to you, but just give them, guide them in the way that you would, anybody else with support. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And try to be sensitive to, the situation and everything that's going on. So just be there for people. Everybody's going through something. Everybody's
And
going through things, and you want to make sure that everybody's point of view is taken, and you're helping them as best as possible. So that was just one of the things that was kind of wild. But also, you got what I'm saying, I ain't noticed, what I'm saying. Aaliyah, we were talking off air. Aaliyah said she didn't give two shits. It was kind of weird. I didn't care until there was some type of assault that was happening. And Dwight Howard out here supposedly sexually assault somebody. It was
allegedly,
alleged. But the surprise is the story behind it. I mean, for me, I didn't know, hey, Dwight Howard was out there, what I'm saying, a part of the community. The letter community didn't know he was out there doing it like that. The story was wild because he talked about, like, did you read the story that the accuser put out? That it was Dwight Howard, the accuser,
this shit is getting better and better every
the,
day.
the accuser, and a crossdresser. And the accuser said the crossdresser was ugly.
Cross dresser named Kitty, but
Oh, that shit
okay,
was funny, man.
this shit is hilarious to me. Cause it's like, when I tell you, I be on Instagram every day trying to figure out what's going on with the latest and greatest with this. But, 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 I don't give a fuck about the White Howard stuff.
Don't care, man. Don't care.
I don't care who him, that other little bald head girl. that little weird cross-dressing, not quite teenager, not quite adult, telling everybody his business now he gay. I don't care who doing what in the privacy of their
Just keep
wherever
it,
they happen to be
just
at,
keep
because
it private.
it's not at the privacy of his own home. But at the end of the day, I feel like Dwight's Dwight Howard's sexuality should not be newsworthy. I don't care who he's having sex with, when he has sex, how many people. That motherfucker, he could have 15-person orgy and all of them in fur costumes. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like we don't care. I want people to understand. One, talking about it, I'm gonna be nosy because I'm nosy like that. I just wanted to see what the hell was going on. But for you to come out and say one man sexually assaulted two willing participants.
Well,
Because of what?
I think it was the one dude. I think the other one that walked out of the other room as the crossdresser. I think that person was willing. I, based on the story, I think the dude that was invited was like, "Hold up, I ain't signed up for this."
I mean, that's what he's saying.
Hold up, you can't.
Because we saying allegedly. That's what he's saying. He's saying that he was down with the get down.
Hold
And
up.
he got there and it was another person. And he was like, I ain't with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now,
He said he was kidnapped. He was adult napped.
You weren't tied down, you weren't forced to say. You
I
wasn't
wasn't there. It could have. I don't know.
that's
You like?
I'm assuming, I mean, because but
yeah, it's out. It's
but the fact of the matter is, I just feel like in this day and age, this is why we have these folks who are signing NDAs, and they're out here and they're doing whatever they're doing with
whatever it is.
whatever it is. But for lack of a better word, we're going to say prostitutes. You know what I mean? Or escorts. We'll use the word escorts who, escorts who do extra. But that being said, I understand it and I get it. But here's my whole thing. And as a person who I love everybody. I'm not saying that I am not devaluing your experience. I am not saying that it did not happen to you. I'm not saying I don't believe you. But I'm saying, because I'm gonna ask you the same question I would ask if you were a female in that situation, if you were straight, I'm gonna ask the same question I ask everybody. Was there ever a point that you could have walked away?
There you go.
You've had plenty of opportunity. Dwight and the other person said, we didn't hold you here against your will. You was a willing participant. Now you out here putting our business out in the street, making our life uncomfortable. Well, not Dwight's, because he done already got on there and sang a song and said, fuck y'all, I stick my dick where I want. You wanted it, you got it, and no, I ain't paying you no money. And that's why you mad. Now, I don't know if that was what this is about, but it seems to be a running theme. Like, all right, I'm not going to get what I expected. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm not getting what I expected, well, now I'm gonna tell everybody, all right, I'm tired of hiding it. All right.
It goes, you know what I'm saying? It goes all ways, you know what I'm saying? For all people, it goes all ways. Everybody that does have money or happens to be have some type of notoriety is going to be going through that situation no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? So being known just because you are part of one another, a group or a bridge or whatever, it really don't matter. Mugs is coming at you no matter what.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. Anyways, did you happen to see? Because there's new music for folks of our generation that's about to come out. Did you see some? So you got Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes getting ready to come out with an album. I don't know if you saw the little video. Busta Rhymes got an album with executive producer Timberland, executive producer. You got Pharrell Williams, executive like Yeah, it's gonna be fire.
And this little
Yeah.
Chanel.
Yeah, so Busta Rhymes is coming out with an album. It should be November 24th is what it's looking like for his album that's coming out. So we're gonna have Timberland and Pharrell on them on there. So they're gonna be doing their executive producing, and Swiss Beats is also executive produced. So he gonna all three of them is gonna be on there.
Album to bump. I'm
Getting-
expecting this album to bump.
Gonna be fire. So it's called Blockbuster. Busta Rhymes is one of my favorites. So go out there and get that. Also, like I said, November 24th. So that's that Thanksgiving. You can throw that on Black Friday when you about to go get your shopping on. You know what I'm saying? Put that Blockbuster on. Anyways, additionally, Mary J is coming out with a new album. And I think Mary J got a whole new face and body. She did the whole Ashanti joint where she disappeared and then came back with somebody else's body.
That's surgery.
Because I saw the picture and I was like, hold up, is that Mary J. Blige? I was like, are we sure that's because she wasn't shaped that way. She was like bikini, like Ashanti. Ashanti's photo when she was like, I'm back out here.
Yeah.
Always showing the bikini joint on the
right.
Mary J doing that.
Oh.
Like I'm just sending you the photo. Mary J out here she's 20, she's 25.
I mean, I got something to look forward to in the next 10 years. I'm excited.
So I think Mary J, when it spent that money, got some shape up on her. And she out here ready to go for the new album. But she got that new deal that's coming out. I think let me get Mary J's release time on there. So what do you think about Mary J coming out? Mary J and Busta Rhymes. What do you think about those two artists coming out with some new stuff?
I think that I'm going to buy both them albums, or at least listen to them. I'm lying if I say I'm going to buy anybody's album. I'm just, see what happens. But I feel like I'm glad. I'm here for it. I mean, I love both of them. Seen Busta Rhymes in concert. Still love his music. And when I say I love his music, I'm talking about that. You know what I'm saying? When you when the Busta Rhymes joints come on, you dancing all day. You know what I'm saying? When Mary come on, she either in love or she out of love, and that motherfucking that whole album gonna be fire because I know it is post divorce, it is post power, it's post everything. I cannot wait because I'm a Mary fan. I'm with the I'm with all of that. Also, I love her, but
my bad. Mary joint is out right now. It came out this 27th. Mary joint is out right now. So go get that Mary J. Blige. And I'll have to hold up. I'm gonna have to pull up the image for you so you can see how Mary was out here getting ridiculous. Let me see if I can put it on I'm gonna put it on here.
Okay.
Pull it up for you.
Like 2 hours. Oh, there it is over there. I'm like, I done dropped my hair clip like an hour ago and I ain't found it yet. It's over here.
Let me see if I can hold up. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Look at that, look at Mary. Look at what I'm saying. Look at Mary J. Is that Mary J. Blige? I was like, I didn't even know.
I feel like this is fake.
Mary J. a whole different person, man. I was like, she got the sexy red glow up. You know what I'm saying? Like sexy red was, and then it was like I saw a picture of sexy red. Like, oh, that's a whole different person. Like, hold up, who is that?
I feel like,
yeah,
but there might be airbrush too. Might be a lot of airbrush, but she got the money to do what the fuck she wanted.
That's what I said. She went and got the Ashanti joint. She was like, Ashanti disappeared, and it was like, hey, she was like, and I'm back, and check out my album. I was like, okay, all right, then, Mary J.
I want to have that kind of money where I can disappear for like 6 months and come back with a, Shanti body or something, I mean, but it involves eating right and exercising.
I mean, that's the maintain part. You got to maintain it after that. That's the deal. You get the surgery, then you got to maintain it. That's the part.
Yeah.
That's the part.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I can't fuck with it because I'm like, I really do like chicken wings and fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy and Taco Bell and all the shit that I already know.
As you
At some point in time, there will be a medical student examining my intestines and be like, "What the fuck was she doing with
they gonna
life?"
be like, it's still there. That's like it'll be like when they said don't swallow bubble gum. That joint gonna be in there for like 7 years. They be like, hold up, we still got.
I was a double bubble. I was a double bubble and a bubble gum queen. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that strawberry bubble gum.
That was
I
it.
know I got at least 6 meters of just old bubble gum in my intestines. Right? It's I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I'm like, it is. I don't believe that that's even possible, let alone truthful. So it's
Yeah.
like, guess what? I'm gonna.
You
It's
just
going.
gonna you just gonna be there.
It's
It'll
going.
be one of those things when they out there talking about the previous civilizations and they be like, hold up. They be like, why does all this got that bubble gum up in there? That's weird.
And what is it? There's an actual mental health disease where a person will just put shit in their mouth. Like there's one girl who went to, it was on, you remember TLC had that thing like medical mysteries or medical, so this girl had whatever the name of this thing is. This motherfucker had pennies and buttons and little figurines from like the games. Like
Yeah.
she had all kind rocks. She had all kind of shit in her stomach, and I was like,
You're like, dang.
"What,
Yeah,
girl?"
that's for sure some type of disease right there. That's for
It
sure
is.
some type of
It's
disease.
some sort of It's like the people who have what is those eating disorder.
Eating disorders, yeah.
Right. It's along those lines, but I can't think of the name of it. But I'm like, why would you do that? Because you didn't, and then that's the thing. Like you didn't. I know. I will hope you wasn't chewing on it because like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Hey.
But it's just like that didn't hurt your stomach. They
Yeah,
ain't
folks is out there.
came out when you shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm asking the wrong questions. My bad.
Yeah, folks is out there, man. But so hey, make sure that y'all cop that Busta Rhymes that's gonna be coming out. Go get that Mary J. I got it. I need to have listened to that already. You know what I'm saying? I did do a little deep dive on somebody else's music. So I did. Let me throw this in here real quick. I listened to the little Gucci Man. So Gucci Mane,
Yeah.
Breath of Fresh Air came out. That was on the 17th. So I went ahead and listened to Gucci Mane, Breath of Fresh Air. I feel like it was a really good album. It has a lot. I would say it actually is kind of broken down into like different sections because the artists now, everybody's putting out like albums that got like 45 songs on it. I don't know. It just be a dumb
What?
amount of songs. So like Drake's album, he had like 24 on there. You got like Gucci Mane, he's got 20. Let's see. Let me make sure I get the number right. He got 24 on this one. But it's really the back half of the album that was like pretty good. So he got song with Kodak Black, The Baby, 21 Savage, Rowdy Rich. Who else he got on here? He got the single that he had, There I Go, with J. Cole and Mike Will Made It. So he got some good stuff on there. And I would say there's a good, out of the 24, he's probably got a good album if he just put 12 of the 13 on it.
Yeah.
Like if he would have just did that, it would have been like, oh, this album is like nice. You know what I'm saying?
Like 24 actual songs, not like an intro, an interlude, and all this other stuff.
It's a whole bunch of, it's a lot. Yeah, they all songs. They were no intros. They all songs.
Now here's my next question, because I from what I understand of the industry, I get that when you sign these deals, when you know what I mean, you're going to release so many songs, you're going to have so many albums, when I say you owe that means your contract stated X amount of songs, X amount of albums. Do you feel like because of the direction that music is moving to, as far as streams and where artists are putting out their music on social media, essentially, So they're earning more of the dollar. They're keeping more of the dollar that they're making as opposed to just handing it over to the industry, that being the,
Mhm.
all of the industry. Do you feel like this is the reason why you're starting to see this trend towards albums having more than what, let's just say 13, 14 um songs, or is there
Well,
some reason?
I think a lot of it is due to just trying to find something that'll stream, right? So if you
Mm,
have a lot of songs for an
mhm,
album, then
mhm.
there's a higher percentage that could get streamed and you could touch anybody. Since it's a
Okay.
lot easier to put out music now, because really, me and you could be like, yo, we about to make a song. I could literally write lyrics, make a beat. You write lyrics, make a beat. You can record at your house. I can record at my house. You send the stuff to me. By the morning, we could have a song on the internet. So
I
that's how fast. That's
podcast
how.
waiting to happen. I feel like a mid Ketchup Podcast theme song. You coming? We gonna have a record out.
But that's how fast. That's how fast everything can be done now. So it's one of those where, like artists. I would say artists back when we were listening to and previous before the streaming situation, you had a lot more people that were making albums that had a theme, albums that had a story. So it was a situation where it's like, okay, well, I'm going to make an album and it has a particular theme to it, and it's going to ride this theme throughout my album. And I may come out with 12 to 16 songs where it's a part of this entire theme and it runs, and I'm giving you a story. Now,
Right,
people don't do that. It's
right.
just songs. They go, hey, this is a whole bunch of songs that I made, and they throw them in there.
Like it. Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And it's like, if you happen to like 6 or 7 of them joints, then it's worth buying the 24 songs, because at least the songs will probably have, especially now, you're gonna have trap beats on it. So even if the lyrics is like garbage, even if
Trash.
the hook is kind of trash, you still could be like, oh, I like that beat and it's gonna bump. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really, I
And
think, where they're going at.
like I'm about to say, and then with the way social media is, because I was be on Instagram all the time,
Right.
but or even TikTok now, where I see a lot where they take just a snippet of a
Yep.
song, just a snippet, and I just be like, "What the fuck is that? Wait a minute, what was that? I think I like that." Then you go listen to the song, and be like,
Right.
"What? What? Why are you so angry?" Like, that's
Yeah.
it's one of the songs, one example rather.
Yeah.
Actually, how I got to listening to the past, like say, few weeks, I've been digging through posts on Instagram mainly, but I've been listening to a lot of jazz and
Okay.
blues, and I'm like, I mean, if it came on the radio, I didn't turn it. I like
Right.
classical music, so it's not, but to hear it with more soul, if that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
like to actually hear music and to know the emotion behind the music, beautiful thing. So
Right.
yeah, been listening to, like I said, been listening to a lot of jazz, a lot of blues, mainly blues more than jazz, because jazz used to remind me of elevator music. Elevator music used to creep me out, and I couldn't do it, like it made my nerves bad. But
Yeah.
now it's a different thing, and I feel like
It's a
I
vibe.
yeah, I'm about to say I've been reading lots of books lately, and one of the books that I read was Cicely Tyson's autobiography.
Okay.
She was married to Miles Davis for a while, and she talked
Mm-hmm.
about music and everything like that. And there was just like a little snippet. There was one album that was like, at the time they were married, it was like big. He got back on drugs. The whole thing is like the
Right.
last he did, and it's like, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to go to YouTube to listen to it. I don't want it to be ruined, if that makes sense. I want my
Gotcha.
experience quite literally be, I want to hear the actual record, like
Oh,
as
okay.
it would have been, produced then.
Right.
Um, I want to hear the actual 45. I want to hear the whole entire album, and then, you know what I mean, decide
Yeah.
if I would put it on, was it iTunes or what the hell
Right.
ever,
Right.
download. And I'm like, I feel like that's one of those things. especially jazz, but along with the blues, it's beautiful when you can listen to it after the fact,
Yeah.
but it's a completely different experience when it is live and you're
Oh
sitting
yeah.
right as it's happening. And I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Wait. So I'm definitely going to listen to Mary J. Blige album only because I'm like, one, I didn't know the hell she had an album out
Yeah.
or was putting the album out. But with Mary, I'm like, Mary's entire music catalog, there has not been an album that she has had where I didn't like at least two or three of her songs, meaning
Yeah.
I still have them on my still
Playlist.
still have them in my playlist, still keep them on repeat. We're talking about way back when she started. What's the 411? I still got that
Yeah.
music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are like essential albums. What's the 411 and her the second album? Oh God, I cannot think of the name of it right now.
Mm.
Anyways, she's put out music, so I don't expect to be disappointed by her. Same thing with Gucci. The same thing with Busta Rhymes. I don't give a fuck what he got on his entire
Yeah.
52 list, his 52 song playlist.
Yeah.
At least
Well,
one, at least
it's gonna
one.
be fire. One gonna be fire. Like, well, at least one gonna be fire. You're gonna be like, hey, that Buster be killing it all day, every day.
Summer jam. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the top of summer. Everybody gonna
Yeah.
be listening to Busta Rhymes.
Hey
So
man, that's like still to this day, you know,
yeah.
in my lit playlist on when I'm working out, when I hear I'll be like, oh, that's why I'll be like, that joint go hard,
That-
man.
That's what your eyes can see. The one where he was playing, where him is like get low bus when he be doing the one down low.
Yeah, touch it,
Up.
touch it,
That
bring
was a good one.
it, watch it turn.
Yes. That too. When I tell you Busta Rhymes is one of those people that I thoroughly enjoy just hearing him in his element. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, Twista is a good rapper. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to the Midwest. But
I feel you.
to me, it's just different. It's a different vibe with Busta than you get with Twista. So
Look, I went through, right. So I was updating my playlist and going through stuff, and I was like, hold up, I was like, I got certain Twister things in there, but I was like, let me really go through Twister and get songs that I like to add to the playlist, right? And one thing that I figured out that I really like about Twister, and Twister is probably one of the best in the industry ever to do this. Twister makes the best I'm trying to fuck bitches song. So look, like let me give it to you, right? Twister has like, I was sitting there going through his songs and I was like, yo, he got like Wetter. He got like, he has mad songs that you could put on that would probably cause a female to be like, man, girl, we could do something. That's what I was like, because I was like, Twister, for some reason, he has a full like 12, 13 songs that are all about, I'm about to take you to the bedroom and get busy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He got the one with Chris Brown, let's make a movie. Like, he has great songs that you can put on for you and your girl. And I was like, that's amazing. That is his lane. And I was like, I don't think there's anybody else in hip hop. Like, the only other person I would say in hip hop that can come close to that is LL Cool J. LL Cool J has good. I
get where you're going, but I feel like LL Cool J is more or less one of those things.
Backseat of my Jeep.
He lives in the back, like he wants those things with this person. This person don't even know he fucking exists. Cause he gives me that whole thing where
look. LL was killing it when
LL was killing it, but it's just like he was constantly after these girls who already had boyfriends. Like all these girls out here, you pick the one with a whole fucking man.
I don't know that part, but all I have to say is that Twister, that is his lane. And I
That's
don't know if there's anybody in hip hop that has been a rapper that can step into his lane like that. That has that many songs that you get. Because I was sitting there like, yo, he has like I said, a full
that
13, 14 songs that you be like, damn, that is killing it. And then you can put them all on and they be ready.
classics album.
He got a straight get 'em wet classics. That's what he like. I'll be like, damn, Bill. I was like, Twista be doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's his lane. And Busta's my dude though. Busta's my dude. He
just makes party music.
He makes
But
great party music.
It's indicative of his background, where he comes from, the things that they did growing up. You know,
Got an Islander. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He got that.
he's from I think it's Trinidad. No, it's not Trinidad. I don't think he's Trinidad.
I know it's like families from
Right.
the islands or something like that. But
And like most people in, New York, they migrate to New York, but then in New York, they are trying to recreate in New York the things that was just normal to them and on the island rather. And, you have this whole mecca music and from out of New York is an entire thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have this entire, genre where you can go to these dollar hollers, as we call them down here in Philly. You can go to the block parties, you can go to all these different things, and it's just a good time with good music. And the whole concept is, who's the best dancer, who's the best dressed, who's the prettiest girl, who's the flyest guy, like those things. It was not about this whole we from 14th and you from 19th, we about to shoot the party up. It wasn't none of that back then.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I long for those days. Now,
that 90s, not late 90s, late 80s or life, you know what I'm saying? Out on the block, it was fun times, man. You could shut the block down and have a good time, had a DJ out there, had a barbecue, you know what I'm saying? No matter if you was in the Midwest and they just happened to be your neighborhood and y'all was just like kicking it, or you know what I'm saying, you up in the city and y'all got the whole block and everybody out there. You know,
that was block, everybody barbecue. Go over to that table. You can go to that house and get some ribs. You can go to that house and get some chicken. Everybody was sharing food and just having a good time. The DJ set up at one end of the block. The kids, they space to run around in. Like, those are the things that I miss. And it's so funny. I was having a conversation with my cousin. I was talking to you earlier. About so right now she's telling me she's having a baby. Her baby shower is in December, and she was saying, her baby is due in January. We was discussing just like things she needed or whatever. And I was like, you know what? It's times like this. I wish that I am in a home and I am settled, because everybody knows I want this big ass farm with like 6 chickens and 12 goats, big ass wraparound porch where literally I sit on the porch. I tell them all the time, the kids, when I was living in North Carolina, bring your kids down. I had big ass piece of backyard back there. So it was just, the kids would come down. I remember my mom came down with my 2 god sisters. They was probably, I don't know, 4 and 3 at the time, 5 and 4. They go out the house on Saturday morning. The neighborhood kids come get them. They out running. My mom wakes me up at 10:30. Now it's probably closer to about noon, because I'm just like, first of all, I don't get out my bed before noon. What you want? But she's like, the kids not in the house. I know. I sent them outside earlier. Oh my God, where they at now?
Hey, that's that
country.
that's that Midwest life, man. You just let them go and they be out there.
I'm like, she was like, but we ain't seen them in so many. I said they would come back when they hungry. I can assure you that. And that was my house. My house was the house. I kept my garage door open after I did my morning workout or whatever. It was always freeze pops in the deep freezer. There was juice, water. You know what I mean? The kids coming by. I don't even know who the fuck in my garage. I don't care. Don't you be out there making all that goddamn noise. Like, that was just me. Like, that was me. And I was like, I cannot wait to have that, when we're older, because I'm like, I think it was a wonderful thing to have that, living in Philadelphia and making these visits to your home, your friends or your family in the country. And I'm like, I will be that person in Texas, Tennessee, Alabama. Well, probably not Alabama. They got water problems. but like maybe even South Carolina. But I just
Mhm.
know at some point in time, I'm gonna have me a 13 or 14 acre property. Them kids,
Have a
they get a
good time.
walkie, take a walkie talkie, because I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. I'm gonna call you. If you get your ass get out there, it'll be about 2 days before I alert the authorities. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Don't
was
get
for sure. That's for sure that Midwest life. You know what I'm saying? You just be out in the woods somewhere, like it don't even matter. I remember many times where they were just starting to build around our neighborhood. We used to take our dirt bikes riding through freaking cornfields and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and it would be the fall, like so it'd be during school, so it's the fall, so they getting ready to harvest. They be
Mhm.
like that, like the combine be like way on the other side, and we be riding through the joints, like, oh shoot, the combine trying to get us. Like it was just like just being a kid, you know what I'm saying? It was great, man. We had a good time out there in the Midwest, just wilding out. But you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like those good old olden days, you know what I'm saying, back in the 90s and things of that nature. You know, unfortunately, somebody that was really famous back in the 90s passed away this week. If y'all know, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people talk about this was a takeoff of one of the wonderful black shows. You know what I'm saying? Like that we had, you know, we had Matthew Perry passed away
Ah,
the other day, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of those. I know some people will be like, fuck Friends or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I saw the show, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had a different world, we had like other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I seen it. It was what it was. It was all right. It was cool. But Matthew Perry, dude, very famous. You know what I'm saying? I know he had his issues and things like that after or during and after the show had gone off and things of that nature. But unfortunately, he passed away yesterday, and
was. I think it
yeah,
was.
he was like 53 years old or something like that. And
I feel
you know,
before, but still, even
well,
still, but
yeah,
still, like I am waiting to hear the. I know, I'm just morbid like this.
they
I
said
am.
he drowned. He drowned in the hot tub.
That's why I said I'm waiting on a toxicology report
He's getting hot in the hot tub.
because I'm like, you're by yourself in your home.
Yeah.
You passed out. You died, passed out, died in the
Mhm.
hot tub, drowned. You know,
Uh,
knowing his past,
right.
knowing his history. I'm not saying that's what it was, but
Right.
to say, because I just don't see nobody coming and drowning Matthew
Yeah.
Perry.
Yeah. That ain't it.
You
That
know what I
ain't
mean?
it.
There was no foul play. There was no signs of anybody else being in the house. There was nothing else but you.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure that most people kind of are like, he probably, eh,
because I'm just like, how did he die? Though, you know what I
yeah.
mean? 'Cause you have some people, but you do have some people who, when they have been abusing drugs for so long and they stop and they get clean and everything like that, the
Yeah.
whatever drug they were using had been in their system, messed it up so bad. And that has happened to some
Yeah.
folks
He
in the
could have.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where, right, right.
He could have had a stroke, or he could have had a heart attack, or had some type of aneurysm, or something like that.
Like, or some kind of functionality failure. I
Right.
remember there was a girl in my neighborhood, well, a lady in my neighborhood, you know, she had even, she finally got clean off drugs, had been clean for like 15, 20 years. She got sick one day, and when I tell you, her body broke down. Her
Mm,
kidney failure, all these other things. And the
mm,
crazy thing was, because she was a prior drug addict, she could
mm.
not be on like the don't the
Right. The medicines that be able to help him. Yeah.
right. So basically, she went to the hospital and died. If
Eh,
you know what I'm saying, because
yeah.
they can only keep you comfortable. You
Right.
hope for the best, but when you have been putting chemicals, because we're not even going
Right.
to use
Yeah.
drugs, you have been
Chemicals.
putting chemicals in your body for so long, they do the worst fucking damage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They do
For
the
sure.
worst damage. And it's like, I could give you a new heart, but it's not going to work with all your,
Yeah. With all the other stuff. Yeah.
because your kidneys are going, they're going to
Yep.
fail.
Yep.
There's no
Yep.
doubt about that.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can survive off of one kidney, but even with that, the risk just giving you the kidney or taking the one out,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know,
It's
you'll be
tough.
dead. Like,
Yeah, it's tough. It's
crazy.
tough. Yeah, so
I'm praying. My prayer. My
friends,
condolences to
yep,
his
yep.
family. Give them strength, but I'm really desperate to know what that toxicology report looking like.
Yeah, so that's for all those that were my age group or older or saying seen that in the 90s, saying that was the biggest thing. That was them and Seinfeld, man. They was
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I mean, of course, a little bit before that, you had Cosby Show rocking it in the 80s, which was doing it, you know what I'm saying? But it was like right after that, you had Cosby Show, then it was like boom, then Friends and Seinfeld came in. And then
Mm-hmm.
all we had was like Family Matters.
Mm-hmm.
TGIF was rocking, you know what I'm saying, was going on, but but Friends was huge, you know what I'm saying, with all those people that was going on. So once again, condolences to all those people. Matthew Perry, he was a as of his face, you could look at his face and you knew exactly where he was, where he was from.
Yeah.
That's how kind of famous he was at the time. But additionally, there's a lot of I saw a little meme that was popped out there,
Okay.
and I think we may have put it out in our little group chat we had, but uh, they had one restaurant went kind of viral because they had a fee, and I want to see if this is something that all restaurants should adopt.
Yes.
There was a fee for loud kids on your bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, should there be a loud kids fee on the bill? Like, I mean, now my kids is grown, so shut your daggone kids up. Because I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? Until they're my grandkids, tell my grandbabies, and then you better not say nothing about my grandbabies. But I ain't got none of them. So right now, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about your kids. And before you answer, I want to send a shout out, Mr. Ishmael. Thank you for commenting in the chats. Mesmerized Eyes Beauty. Thanks again for being there on the Mint Ketchup and part of the viewership and commenting in the chat. Now go ahead, Aaliyah. What you think about this feat?
I understand. I get it. I be feeling it. I be hoping they can assess it to not just the kids, but to the to my cousins sometimes, and to the others sometimes, because they get loud as fuck too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if I am in, we ain't even going. First of all, I don't think they allowed in Michelin star restaurants. We just gonna take them out. So we're gonna take them part out. If I'm sitting down to have dinner, I don't care what it is, who it is. I'm gonna fuck if I'm at McDonald's. I don't want to hear your breath make all that noise, screaming, crying, and carrying on because you're disrupting my good time. You see,
I
you
can't
are
enjoy my fries.
right. I'm about to say you are disrupting my experience in this restaurant. So I get it and I understand it. You know what I mean? And yeah, they should have been charged. It's a large party, y'all. First of all, y'all already got most of the attention of the wait staff, but then we're going to get to the fact that I'm sitting here ripping and running, and you are literally killing the atmosphere because your child out here screaming and hollering because he want fucking chicken nuggets and we don't serve chicken nuggets. You want chicken strips and shut the fuck up.
Take this barbecue sauce.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes, I've seen that. I've also seen where you've had kids who, for whatever reason, I don't care what it is, for whatever reason, they're fine. And at the end of the day, I get it. It's 9:00 at night. If they're used to being in the bed at 8:00, they're fucking tired. They don't want to sit here while y'all trying to cozy up to make another one. Take me fucking.
That's the parents' fault. You get that fee.
Right, I've seen that as well. And then I just seen somewhere they just fucking out of control, and the parents sitting there on their phone, like, I don't care, just these your kids, these your, but I gotta kill 6 more hours before I go home. Like those
iPad parents.
Those iPad parents drive me the fuck insane. They drive me insane because I'm like, I know you might be used to this level of fucking noise in the house.
Not everybody is.
And I don't like your kid right now. And if you don't beat your fucking kid, I'm going to beat you in this motherfucker who keeps screaming at the top of his lungs because he can't play and the fucking dirty dishes on the table. Get out. And I because restaurants say, well, we can't put them out, we can't do this because it's discrimination, it's law, whatever. All right, charge fucking $50. I feel like
give them that charge. Like I do like the charge game. I was fortunate enough. We didn't really have that issue on my youngins. I was fortunate enough, you know what I'm saying? I know other people out there may have had issues in that situation, but we was lucky that we didn't have to deal with that. So it's one of those things I know for sure. That's been my experience. I'd be like, yo, you can hit them with that charge, man. I don't mind the charge. Like, get the charge on them. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hit them pockets. People understand the pockets.
Yeah.
They understand the pockets. You know what I'm saying? So hit them with the pockets. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, either they going to stay their ass at home, or guess what? That kid about to get a little pop, and be like, you better shut your ass up. And they're like, because I ain't taking this charge.
You got one more motherfucking time.
You know how many times I would love this. I don't see parents do that no more. You need to grip your kid up by the front of their shirt and bring them so close that they can smell your breath and be like, if you don't,
fuck you would.
That's the way you parent, daggone. You gotta grip up your kid every once in a while and say, you motherfucker.
Because in public, that's assault. But if you take them to the fucking bathroom,
the bathroom.
Take them to the bathroom. You gotta take them on a trip to the bathroom or to the park. They're gonna get right.
Man.
They get right. Because if they don't get right, the motherfuckers they're gonna keep it going. They just gonna keep.
I remember back 80s time frame, man. You could be in the middle of the daggone J.C. Penney's. And you can see kids in the aisles getting their ass whooped, dog. And the other parents would just look at them like, oh, you shouldn't have did it. Like,
seriously, be that. When I tell you, you know how like sometimes you got to park on one side to walk through the mall. Sears was that spot. You had the motherfucking daddies out there on Saturday morning. They trying to come over here and figure out why the washing machine not going, why the lawnmower not working. Appliances, and you out here fucking around in these aisles, you going back and forth. They told you to sit down and sit still 15 motherfucking times. Somebody behind you say something they don't like, and that's your ass, because now they frustrated and they done told you sit down 15 times, and you getting your ass wore out in the middle of the motherfucking clothing aisle because you keep running in and out the goddamn dress.
Hey, and the cashier is still ringing up cash. They ain't stopped nothing. They just like 25, 50. Do.
Fingers and folding it up and everything. Let me take this finger and take the little thing off.
And then they look at you like, well, you shouldn't have did it. Like, oh,
well,
whatever, man. Like, that's what happened.
And then they hit your mom with and we're gonna get 10% off.
You get the ass whooping discount. You be like, yo, you beat that kid ass. You get 10% off right there.
Ass discount. Because boy, I tell you, some of them today, I walked to them. All right, so I was with homegirl, and we just happened to walk through the mall, and she was laughing, and she's like, because I'm looking like, goddamn creepy. She's like, but when this is the mall. That's what happened. I said, girl, I ain't walked through a fucking mall in probably years, literal years. I just don't. First of all, shout out to Amazon, but I just have not walked through a mall. Okay. When I tell you, I'm just so used to ordering shit online because I don't have the patience to deal with other people's children. Right. I don't understand why you in the mall screaming and hollering. You done seen some boy, you done seen some girl, y'all going back and forth. You supposed to be here at the movies, y'all over here fucking around. Like it was a lot, you know?
Right. I got it.
And then I'm just like, was I this person at 14?
You was. Like we all was. We was having a good time, man. Like I can tell you right now, I was running around the mall we used to kick it at Springfield. We was at the Springfield Mall. I'll be like, whoop whoop, drive through, be kicking it at the mall. Like, what up? We at the mall. Oh, we go down to the Dayton Mall. When we was feeling really good, we go to Dayton, hit the mall up. We out here. What was that day going? The Commons. Go down to the comments. I was by Rice State University. Be out there in the comments. We like, hey, we out here kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, we had teen clubs too, man. That was dope. It was
not
good.
I'm like, I feel like
scared to go to a teen club now, man. They for sure try to shoot you up.
it's okay. I'm about to say, but I think that's the difference between like the way we grew up and the way that they're growing up now. And I want parents, especially parents who are younger ones in our age group, parents who are in our age group parenting younger, kids and stuff. Please understand that. Oh, but when I came up, when we came up, our biggest fucking threat was getting pregnant or getting somebody pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, that was like the scheme of things, not to say that there weren't other things out there, but that was our main, don't get pregnant, These fucking kids got to worry about HPV, herpes, chlamydia, AIDS. And did you know there was I don't know if anybody knew, and listeners, if you out there, wrap it the fuck up. There's a strain of chlamydia and gonorrhea that is drug resistant right now. So you can't even say, oh, I'm gonna just go get a shot. We remember, because back then it was like, oh, you go to the clinic and you get your shot and you take antibiotics. Not no more. Not no more. And we ain't even got into the subject of herpes and AIDS and HIV. So right now, pregnancy is like
that's lower.
Come on, baby, just be pregnant.
Like don't get that forever. Let's get this I can deal with 18 years. Don't give me that forever though.
I can deal with a baby, but everything else is just like, God damn. But I'm like, and like we didn't go to the mall. Somebody was going to shoot up the mall. You see what I'm saying? Our biggest thing was, I think probably 80s, 90s, we was worried about getting kidnapped. But I'm like,
it's always watch out for the van. Don't take no candy from nobody. Don't take no ice cream from no random person. Check your all the kids. Check your Halloween candy. That was always the thing. Always do that.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a random person, because I think our boogeyman was like the creepy white guy that we didn't know. You know what I mean? Where the boogeyman is any and everybody who looks like us. You know what I'm saying? The boogeyman, they're so featureless, if that makes sense. Yeah. They're so featureless. It's just like, I see why you have helicopter parents and iPad parents and, keep fucking kids in the house parents. You think you have a kid, you want to keep them in the house because it's quote unquote safe. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know, there was a little girl who was found not too long ago. She was like 13, I think. I don't even think she was 14. I think she was 13. She was on
social media. Yeah.
One of them. I'm about to say, I'm trying not to make a lie, but it was like one of these things where the kids, they chat back and forth, and you really can't. It wasn't like Snapchat and stuff like that, but it was features like that. Bottom line, she decides she's going to tell her family she's going to walk somewhere. Let's just say I'm going to the store, or I'm going over to the cousin house, somewhere close, somewhere nearby. You know what I'm saying? Like something known, something that she's used to doing. She walks to the store, meets this guy on the way. When I say meets this guy, meets the person she's been chatting with. This motherfucker ends up 4 fucking states over. She was found like 4 or 5 days later. Like it happened, but even still, it was like they were on it the moment she didn't return the time she was supposed to return. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So that's one of those things. But you're talking about having multiple children in the house, multiple generations in the house, people who aren't really paying attention. This child walks out and they don't return. And the first thing you do is you decide, well, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go see what the hell. I get all of that. Call the cops immediately. You know what I mean? Right. I'm like, she over here chatting with a man who told her he was 16. This motherfucker was a full damn adult.
Yeah, straight grown ass man. That's ridiculous.
Right. And I'm like, the times are so bad where, and I hate to say, you're wishing for the lesser evil, if you will.
Right.
Literally choosing between child molester and human trafficking.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild that those are the choices. Like you never would have thought, you know what I'm saying? Of course, when we was young, like that was gonna be the lesser of the two evils. Like, like you know what I'm saying? So it's very different out there with kind of what everybody's got to deal with just because they can be disguised behind the computer a little bit more, things of that nature. And it's not like the I guess it's it's not like the grab and go that we
Right.
kind of dealt with, you know, like because really if you got gripped in the 80s, you was gone. You wasn't getting found. Like there was more chance. I would say there's more chance now that you get found just because they can kind of track the computer and IP address and things of that nature. It's like when we was a kid, if your ass got snatched, you was on the milk carton for the next 25 years, and it was just gonna be like, what does this person look like when they was growing up? Like you
Yeah.
was gonna be on that mug like for a long ass time.
And everything.
Yeah,
And
you just gonna be you.
even then, like there was a like the girls who remember that was out in your neck of the woods. Remember the girls in Ohio found in the house? The three girls,
Yeah, that was
the
up
man,
in Cleveland, I think.
right,
That was
right.
in
They
the
got
basement.
teenagers. Everybody, of course, moved on, assumed they was dead. You know the
They
whole
had
night.
kids and everything.
And I'm like, they in
Right.
my next neighborhood, literally living
Yeah.
in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it was like, oh my God. It's like it was quite literally. You say thank God that they were found, but then I'm like,
Yeah, wow.
are we even think? Are we even? Or like, I don't think America itself, let alone the individual, even got to that point where I am no longer there. I am no longer in survival mode. I am no longer
Yeah.
kidnapped or left for dead.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. And it's like that's the thing when you get kidnapped at say 7. You
Yeah.
know what
You just don't like you don't know. It just becomes your reality.
Right, you're 19 when you come back, and it's just like your family is still waiting on a 7-year-old to walk back through the door.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's
It,
wild. It's wild. It's wild all the stuff that everybody got to go through. But you know what I'm saying? It's interesting. So make sure you pay that fee for them loud ass kids, y'all. but but it, but anyways, we gonna get on to some black excellence. You know what I'm saying? So I had to I looked up a little black excellence. It kind of fed into another segment that we gonna have real quick. But black excellence wise, I was gonna feed into on the 26th of October, two people that myself, Aaliyah, you gonna kind of know the names, Jermaine Dupri and Dallas Austin. They were honorees for the Crown Jewel of Excellence from the Atlanta Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. So
oh
they
wow.
got to be on that new Walk of Fame that they got down in Atlanta for Black music. Along with those two honorees, they also honored Lil Wayne, Queen
Ah,
Latifah, Magic Johnson, gospel singer Marvin Sapp,
yeah.
and the late gospel pioneer Mahalia Jackson. So it was
Oh,
one of those things where for those two people to also be put in there, and all those black people that were put on that wonderful Black Music Walk of Fame that they have in Atlanta, you know, the new Motown of the South, doing big things. So that was fantastic to see, you know, Jermaine Dupri in our little group chat. I threw the BET Jermaine Dupri list that they had on there, man. And I was watching that and I was like, yo, the 2000s. That was when I was in the club. In the 2000s was turned up, man. I was like, Jermaine Dupri had mad hits, yo.
let me,
Jermaine Dupri was killing it. Like he
let me
was killing it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they
that
think they like me. Oh, they think they like me. Oh, they think they like. I was like, oh,
the producer. There's no rhyme or reason why that
yeah.
man shouldn't have gotten more recognition than he did. Him and was it something Dallas Olsen, John Tay? I think that's his name, John.
Asante Swing.
Whatever.
Yeah, they was
Not that
killing it.
kid,
Oh,
but
not him. I mean, he was working with Timberland and them. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but
Yeah.
like I said, he's a crackhead. But no, but I'm
Mhm.
like the just the in the music industry right now to the producers, I don't think they get as much recognition as they
Yeah.
should.
Mhm.
Um, Yes, Timberland is an awesome producer, but I think a lot of people know Timberland as like say the front man of Missy Elliott or the man in the background behind it. They don't understand that there's other things that he's produced. Not only that, I feel like they should give more recognition to the writers of some of these music because I
Right.
didn't know some of the hits that we up there jamming to, the people
Yeah.
who singing them didn't even fucking write them. Like
Yeah. There's a lot of Jermaine Dupri, man. He was putting a lot of people on in the Atlanta area, So it
Chris,
was it was great to yeah,
like the Brat, like I'm
yeah.
sitting there like who else?
It's the BRAT. You know what I'm saying? Like the brat was cold, man. Like so it was one of those things where he found a lot of people that kind of carved the way for that late 90s, early 2000s type of vibe and sound and Atlanta growing the way they did. I look at Outkast and Jermaine Dupri were the two catalysts in the 90s that pushed Atlanta to the mainstream.
Okay.
And that's you know what I'm saying. You got Organized Noise with Outkast and Goody Mob, and then
Yes.
you got Jermaine Dupri with Criss Cross, the Brat. You had like TLC. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they all had their hands. Like Organized Noise had their hands in TLC. Jermaine Dupri had their everybody dibble dabble, and like those groups were ones that really put Atlanta like, oh man, like these are Atlanta artists. Until you know what I'm saying, the Outkast, stepping up at the Source Awards, like, hey, the South got something to say. You know what I'm saying? Like that was gigantic, and they were all a part of that. And Jermaine Dupri was a big part of that. Dallas Austin, a big part of that with TLC and things of that nature. Gigantic part of that, and they were a big part of the South and the movement and the way that it came about here. 2023, and Atlanta is running the way that music sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way music sounds. Like you got folks in New York that's
It's
making
Black Mecca.
yeah, it's like that's making trap music. Like you got rappers in New York, you know what I'm saying? Cardi B, straight out of New York. All she do is rap on trap music. She ain't made near a beat with like DJ Premier or none of them. Like all her stuff is trapped out. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj.
I'm about to say
Trap.
true, but in Cardi's defense, you know what I'm saying? Because
I'm just saying that they run in the sound. That's all.
I'm about to say, but when she went to them initially, and I think she talked about this in like her earlier interviews, she went to them and she said all they would say to her is, "Oh, well, you just a stripper. Well, won't you come here to strip?" Like, you know what I mean? They
Right.
did not take her serious. So I think for her, it was more a business move. I'm not going to work with people who do not take me serious. And then now that I'm on and I'm out here and I'm a household name at this point, Cardi B is what other female rapper? And I say that specifically. What other female rapper had a damn brand deal with Pepsi?
Well, I mean, now you got a rapper that I would say is not as talented. You got Ice Spice doing stuff with Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. Like I'm like, they giving stuff to anybody. Man.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts.
She got her own drink. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey man, everybody that can sell something is out there getting a bag.
They're gonna latch on to them while they up and coming, while they hot and popping. So
she's in a commercial with what's my man's name? What's daggone it. What's old boy's name? J Lo's husband. What's J Lo's husband's name? Jennifer Lopez's husband? Yeah, she in the commercial with Ben Affleck. Ice Spice is. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what's happening right now. So, anyways,
no, Ben Affleck like them spicy Latinos out there.
That's what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. So Atlanta's doing big things, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jermaine Dupri, Dallas Austin, and all those other that are now on the Atlanta Music Walk of Fame. I'm gonna have to go check that out. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, go see one of my boys from Indy. They live in Atlanta now. I have to go check that out. Last but not least, you know what I'm saying? Since Roz is not here for what you think about that? I brought back an old segment, top 4. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little top 4 list, and with Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, my question is top 4 hip hop representatives of Atlanta. And I was like, all right, this is a hard list because there's a lot, and I have to go like when you look at somebody does Atlanta pop in your brain first? You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of make a list, and I was like, do I put some people that are more recent on here? Do I put like, of course I'm gonna be biased for my time frame.
When you say Atlanta, you mean Atlanta proper, or just anybody like outside, coming out of the state of Georgia?
I kind of went with Atlanta and like people that was really born in Atlanta, because there's somebody that I would put on the list, but he's actually a Midwestern, so I can't really put him on the list. So I was like, because that would have been one of my dudes, but I can't really put him on the list because really he's from the Midwest like me. You know what I'm saying? So so on my list, I got the, ATL reps. So number one, of course, the ones that I love, the ones that's my boys, Outkast, all day. That's Atlanta. That's right there. And when I look at them, Atlanta, ATL, all day. Number two, this is moving. This is Atlanta. Lil Jon. How you doing? Like Lil Jon, when you look at Lil Jon,
I get it.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, I'm trying.
That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta all day. Next one, because just like I said, this list with the Walk of Fame that brought this to me. And I was like, Jermaine Dupri, man. Jermaine Dupri shouted out Atlanta all the time. Atlanta is all over. He literally has a song, Welcome to Atlanta.
He does.
That was it. That was the song of Welcome to Atlanta.
He does.
So then I also had to look at it like, okay, do I go, if I'm going rap wise, and I go like, all right, and this one was a tough one due to the fact that do I go my time frame or do I go more recent? And I kind of just went with my time frame that, I was in a club and things of that nature, and somebody that's considered very Atlanta. And I had to go T.I. So T.I. was the other person that I was kind of like went Atlanta. So I had honorable mentions. So like I was like, that's Atlanta. That's areas all talked about. You know what I'm saying? So
no. That's specifically why I asked, because he is not from Atlanta. He from
it's Atlanta. What Atlanta area? So if you would be like the Atlanta, look. Also, I kind of Outkast just because Big Boy's from Savannah and then he moved to Atlanta. So but I was like, all right. So
I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, this all got something to say.
I got you.
So I also look at it like, okay, other people that honorable mentions out of my top four, because I put those more recent. So you got Future.
Okay.
Would be like honorable mention on there. Jeezy will be honorable mention on there. You got Gucci Mane.
He ain't from Atlanta.
Where are you from? Because I was doing research.
He not from Atlanta.
Where are you from?
It's not Atlanta.
Are you talking about the suburb?
I thought Jeezy was from Atlanta. And then you said Gucci Mane. I swore Gucci Mane was from out like Tennessee somewhere.
At least the research that I was trying to do, it was saying where people was from in Atlanta. So I was like, all right, so maybe not born, but there may be some people that weren't actually born there and they got there when they was kids. So that's all I was just basing on. You got Migos, honorable mention, and 2 Chainz.
Was on my list. But
those were the ones, just because like 2 Chainz is older, which he could have, but he wasn't at that time. He was Titty Boy when he first came on, and he was on he was on Disturbing the Peace.
June, wasn't it? Or whatever the no. If I don't do nothing, I'm a ball. I'm going all day like the clock on the wall.
That was with Lil Wayne, Duffel Bag Boy. Yep. So that was when they did that song with Lil Wayne, but because they had their player circle was the group that he was part of. Man, he was dope. He was Titty Boy then, and then he became 2 Chainz and did his own solo thing. So, but those were kind of guys that I had as honorable mentions. Just because I kind of went on my perspective time frame when I was
on the map as much as like the earlier pioneers did. I will agree with your.
I tried to find an R&B joint because I don't know if TLC people align Atlanta with TLC. I don't think they align it with that. You know what I'm saying? So that was why I was like trying to find like when people go like, I look at that person, and even if they were from somewhere else in Georgia, I go Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that person, that's Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
And for me, that would be yeah, it would be Jermaine Dupri. It would be
Hey,
the
Lil
two,
Jon,
no,
T.I.,
no, the two people,
Outkast.
them.
It's them.
Jen is getting to me. No. So it would be Outkast, it would be T.I., even though in my mind, again, T.I. is not from ATL, so but I would associate him with the sound, like of putting, ATL, if you will, on the map. I would also look at I'm trying to think R&B, and I'm like, there's nobody.
I tried because I was looking at the one that I went to go look for was L.A. Reid Babyface. Because look, Face Records, right?
No.
So,
Babyface isn't. I think Babyface is
from my hometown. He's from Indianapolis.
I didn't know that, but I knew he wasn't from Atlanta. Like he started out somewhere because, like, for whatever reason in my mind, I feel like he started out writing music under Motown some kind of way, shape, form. Like he fell up under that category before breaking off into his own. Him and L.A. Reid gotten together, and I'm gonna assume his name is L.A. Reid, so he was from like L.A. area, but in my mind he was from like New York or something.
Like it wasn't really attached.
But they don't like T.I., Outkast, Jeezy, 2 Chainz, Future, what was the other one you named?
We had the Migos.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri, Migos, and Little John. Like when I hear those names, it's automatic. It's gonna be ATL sound. You know what I mean? I don't see nobody. Gucci Mane, don't get me wrong, love him dearly. I know that's where he resides in and around this time, but I feel like Gucci Mane was one of those people that he was Southern rap. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just had the Southern sound because I feel like he came out of Tennessee or Memphis or like one of them kind of places.
Well, Memphis, he couldn't have been Memphis because Memphis got a certain sound though.
Right. Yeah. Like in my mind, that's his thing. So, but like I said, they all make good music. I like them. T.I. and 2 Chainz, my shit. Gucci Mane, my shit. Like,
so I mean, the list. Do you approve? Does that count as ATL reps? Does that work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, because when the lens is people who put them on the map before all these other folks, before we start associating.
I forgot the one that's from that put them on the map as well was not from Atlanta. Ludacris. Ludacris is not from Atlanta. Ludacris is he's from Illinois. But Ludacris would have been on that list. I don't know who I would have took off. He'd have been more. I don't know how I took off because T.I. he created kind of the trap. You had Jermaine Dupri that kind of producer wise. Little John had his own niche that he did his thing, and Outkast was the beginning. So Ludacris is Ludacris, and I love Ludacris.
Yes,
I feel like Ludacris is the Southern remix king. Because you can put Ludacris, because I would say Busta Rhymes is the New York remix king. And you can say Ludacris, you can put Ludacris on any Southern remix and he's gonna kill it.
He's the bridge. I feel like he's the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Because that was one of the things as far as music wise is concerned. Andre 3000 in that same group. You can put that motherfucker on ain't number 6 fucking R&B people singing. Look, and then Andre 3000 get on there and drop his motherfucking verse. That's the Chris Brown remix to one of his songs. You know what I mean? The Chris Brown remix to Deuces. So it's like,
he killed that joint.
I'm like, you do have some of those artists who are say universal. You know,
Yeah,
they are their
yeah,
own person, but they're universal as far as music is concerned.
yeah,
Because it's a big deal when Busta Rhymes came out with the song with him and Janet Jackson. It was a big deal
that was
when Old
big.
Dirty Bastard and Mariah Carey got on the
Mm,
motherfucking
like deuces,
big deal when Andre 3000 get on anything because we
Woo.
love him dearly and we just want him to make more music.
Yeah,
FYI, if you out there, people,
Andre.
Andre 3000, I
You
love
know what
you.
I'm saying?
But
Yeah, hey man, while you out there fluting in Japan or wherever you at, man, write some verses, dog.
Japan, but still, like, drop a couple of songs or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, do something, man.
We love you. Come back. Music. But yeah, it was just like it's one of those things where you have those artists who, no matter where they're from, originally, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They have their own unique sound, and I don't care what it is. It's like that's it. That's
yeah.
gonna make it. That's gonna be the thing. It's like even with E40.
Mm, yeah, he 40 special, man. His own thing, man. This is his own thing.
I don't even be understanding the words that he be like putting together, and I be like, that don't even fucking make sense.
He be
But
like,
it don't
he be
because they be flowing, and
he
I
be
be
like
like,
Scooby Doo Dop and Hibbity Hoo Hee. And I'll be like, I don't even know what that means, man. That's West Coast. I don't know.
the drizzle sizzles just I like it. So, there, but those are one of those things. More than anything, I mean, shout out to those who made that little Walk of Fame, Hall of Fame,
Mhm.
Star Walk or whatever it was down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Love it. Keep coming with the music. We are listening. True hip hop fans are listening. New hip hop fans are listening.
Yeah, go
Um,
back and listen. Please get some education. That's one thing that I feel. That's the one thing that I be feeling is like I don't know if like a lot of the artists. I don't know if a lot of the artists be deep diving. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they be going back the way they should be going back just to gather that because even the original hip hop guys, they didn't necessarily go back to hip hop because hip hop wasn't there. It was
they,
more or less they went back to you know, they went back to the jazz, they went back to the R&B, they went back to, you
they're
know what I'm
right,
saying? Yeah, like
like
they went back and understood what black music was in those different things and kept that genre and kept that movement. So you know, make sure that y'all go back and check that stuff out. But man, we done hit that hour and 30 minutes. We was keeping a rocking just with two of us. You know what I'm saying? We was keeping the deal daggone going out here. So we was out here doing big things. So I gotta do with the last but not least type deal. We gotta make sure you know, if you're going through things, if you need somebody to talk to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you hit friends, family, speak to them, talk to them, let them know how you feeling. If you feeling like you can't get out of the box, if you feel like there's no other way that you can get things done, make sure you talk to the family, and if all else fails, make sure that and you feel like you may hurt yourself, feel like that's the only way out. Make sure you hit that National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK, 800-273-8255. Only way you can fix those things is to be around here, and everybody wants you to be here. You know what I'm saying? It hurts worse when the person's gone and you never could have fixed it, and then 3 to 4 months down the ride, they're down the line, there for some reason pops up a solution to the situation. So you make sure that you're here to see that through, and sometimes it does take patience. Sometimes it does take the ability to just keep fighting and keep pushing. So if you do get in that situation that you feel like you may hurt yourself, of course, friends and family, and seek stuff around your area, but also you do have the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK, 800-273-8255. Always got to do that shout out, you know what I'm saying, for all the veterans out there and things of that nature, man. Make sure that we're taking care of our battle buddies that are out there doing their thing, keeping y'all safe out there. But once again, man, it's been a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening. It was with Lofty, aka Lofty, Mr. Hayes Adonis up in this building. We got our international correspondent, aka the perspective of Leah, in the building. It was great having an evening with y'all. Everybody that was out here to listen to us, we really appreciate it. Make sure that y'all hit us up on the social medias. Mint Ketchup, you can find us everywhere on there. If you were listening or watching us, make sure that you hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button. Make sure that you share it. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get more people out there. Please share it. Let people know what's going on. We having great conversations. We love the interaction. You know, shout out to Mesmerized Eyes Beauty. Shout out to Mr. Ismail that was out there giving some comments and things of that nature. It was fantastic. We really appreciate everybody that was coming through and hanging out with us today on the Mid Ketchup Podcast, episode 66. And we'll see y'all next week. Much love.
What's up? What's up? It's the MKP. It's the MKP. My game in the building. It's the MKP. We got a lead in the building.